You देख you आ गया लाइव आ गया लाइव इन्हें मिनिमाइज कर दो बस विंडो ना हाँ मिनिमाइज कर दो इसने मिनिमाइज कर दो देखिए देखिए दिखाएगा स्क्रीन ना आपकी स्क्रीन ना स्क्रीन बोल रहे हैं ना आ गया लाइव इन्हें मिनिमाइज कर दो बस विंडो डिले कर रहा है थोड़ा देखिए आ गया
Now, voice is Hello dear, welcome all in IELTS Writing Workshop. So now let's see IELTS Writing Workshop that lasts for the 13 days course for 9 band guidance. So now let's see IELTS Writing Workshop that lasts for the 13 days course for 9 band guidance. Now let's see IELTS Writing Module Overview. So first of all, you need to understand the overview of IELTS Writing. So the writing module consists of 2 tasks, so that must be completed in 60 minutes. So as you know, we have the 60 minutes to complete the writing task. So you are given one answer sheet for both task 1 and task 2. So you can start with task 1 and do task 2 afterwards, or start task 2 or do task 1 afterwards. Pencil is recommended, that is it is tidier to make amendments, because if normally we commit mistakes while writing anything, so with a pencil we can erase and rewrite the things. That's why pencil is recommended to the student. Task 1 carries 1/3 marks of the total writing, and task 2 carries the 2/3 marks of writing. So as you should give yourself 20 minutes for the task 1 and 40 minutes for the task 2. You must complete both tasks in full sentence and paragraphs. Do not answer in the list of notes or in the form of bullets. You need to answer your questions in full way. You should write a formal neutral tone and only include information that is directly relevant to the task. So now let's see the IELTS Writing Task 1. So IELTS Writing Task 1 of the IELTS academic test requires you to write summary of at least 150 words in response to a particular graph. You can get the bar graph, line, pie graph, table, chart, or process, and how something works is like when something is done. So this task tests your ability to select and report the main features, to describe and compare data, identify significance and trends in factual information, or describing process. So this is required in the task 1. So these are the basic types of task 1. So we have pie chart, bar graph, line graph, map, and table. So these are the graphs that you are going to do in task 1. So how task 1 is marked? It is very important to understand for the student how the tasks are being marked. So the task is being marked in IELTS writing task worth for about 33% of your total writing marks, and you will be marked on four basic criterias. So first is task achievement, it lasts for 25%. Coherence and cohesion is for 25%, vocabulary is 24 5%, sorry, and grammar is again 25%. So all these makes 100%, and you would be marked out of these criteria. And each task, like task achievement, coherence and cohesion, vocabulary and grammar, is for the 9 band score. So first, it is important for understanding academic writing task 1. So understanding academic writing task 1 is first you are having understanding chart, table and graph. So for you it is important to understand writing chart, table and graph. So the very first moment when you start to write, you should be able to understand what type of graph or table you are having. Identifying relevant information, you need to identify the relevant information of the task 1. Some students pretend something from their side and they start to write in the task, so of course that is not acceptable. So you need to identify the relevant information. And the next is improving your task achievement score. So in this complete workshop, I'd be doing all these things. I'd be telling you in the complete 13 days how to understand chart, table and graph, how to identify a relevant information, and I will be telling you how do you need to work on yourself for improving your task achievement score. And my videos would also contain, the workshop would also contain the avoiding repetition. Normally students do repetitions while they go for writing. So as you know, repetitions always lower down the score of the candidate. So I will tell you how to avoid the words repetitions in the writing. Comparing and contrasting data, how to compare and contrast data for the graph that I'd be sharing in my complete 13 days workshop. Describing changes in numbers, right? How the numbers are being changed in the graphs and how do you need to change the number? How do you need to convert the fraction into the numbers, the number into the fractions, and the fractions into the percentage? So that I'd be sharing in this numbers. Then the next is grammatical range and accuracy. In grammatical range and accuracy, I will tell how you can correct your grammar and how you can write accurately for getting higher band score in writing task 1. Further, I'll be describing you the numbers and the figures accurately. I'll tell you how do you need to put the correct numbers, figures in a well way, right? So this workshop would include all these sorts of things. So understanding a diagram, as you know, we get the diagram and the chart. So I'll be telling you how do you need to describe a process, कि process को कैसे describe करते हैं. Further is understanding a lexical resource, right? Means how do you need to work on lexical resource. Dear, lexical resource is called vocabulary. जो vocab का part होता है, so that is called lexical resource, that we would be getting in the lexical resource. Next is being accurate. So being accurate, I'll tell you how you can get accurate answers on the way for writing, so that I'll tell you in this complete workshop. Further, on improving coherence and cohesion. Improving coherence and cohesion is linking of your ideas with each and every ideas, so that we would be sharing in complete workshop. Next is describing a map. I'll tell you how to describe a map. I'll tell you describing changes in place. If the changes are there in the place, so I'll tell you how the changes are being done. And again, I'll tell you how you can be being accurate in the writing task 1. Further, in general writing task, later the student who are appearing for general writing task, I'll make them understand how to understanding the task, how they can understand the task. I'll tell them. Organizing your response means how do you need to organize your response when you are writing back to the examiner. So how should be your response? Improving your score, there are the lot of techniques that I'd be telling you, that how do you need to improve your score. Checking and correcting, how do you need to check your letter and how you can make changes in it to make it correct. Further, the one of the most important, your writing task 2. Writing task 2, we would be covering up understanding the task, that how do you need to understand the task, because it is very important for the student to understand the writing task actually. If you are not able to understand the writing task, so again it is quite difficult for us to write a topic. Sometimes we get problem while we start to write. Normally we stuck up with the meanings of some of the question. For an example, what are the drawbacks and benefits of globalization? So now the topic is globalization. So it might be with some students, they might not be aware about what is globalization. So I'd be covering up the topic, how do you need to understand the task, right? Second is planning and organizing your ideas. Planning and organizing your ideas is again one of the most crucial thing of your IELTS writing. Guys, if you are not aware about this fact, so then your complete writing is the wastage, right? Your complete score would be gone in a lower case, right? So what is the point? Planning and organizing your essay is ideas and essay is very important. So improving your task response, you need to improve your task response. I'll tell you the techniques how you can improve your task response. Further, I'll tell you writing an introduction, how you can write a perfect introduction for the writing task 2. So this workshop will contain all this sort of information during these 13 days session. So expressing your ideas clearly. How can you express your ideas clearly? You know what happens with many students? They try their level best. They have good ideas. Still, after having a good idea, still they cannot write good essay. So it really does matter a lot for the student to express their ideas in a clear way, because there are the many students actually, they start very nicely, but their ideas, the way they have been writing, it remains quite difficult for the examiner to understand. So I'll tell you the technique how you can express your idea in a well clear way. Second is linking your ideas. It is again the most important point, to link your ideas with the another ideas and another paragraph, right? Because it is the part of coherence and cohesion. So it is necessary for the student to emphasize on linking your ideas. If you have been not linking your ideas, whatever you are writing, do not expect good band score, because examiner is, again I'm saying this point, repeating, is looking for a good expression that you have used in your writing. Got it? So linking your ideas, I'd be telling you how you can connect the ideas. Being accurate with vocabulary. Some students actually learn lot of new words from internet, from lot of videos, from lot of notes. Are you completely aware how to use vocabulary? So you need to understand how we can use the vocabulary in a well way, so that I'd be telling you how you can be accurate with the vocabulary. Avoiding repetitions. Avoiding repetition, what does it mean? So in writing task 2, again some students repeat ideas, some students repeat words, some students repeat the complete paragraph, right? So I'll tell you the technique how you can avoid using same words, same ideas, and same phrases, same vocabulary. I'll tell you how you can avoid all these things. Next is using the correct style. I'll tell you what is the correct style of the writing. How do you need to work on yourself for using the correct style for using the correct position in writing task 2. Expressing a personal view. Some students get confused. As we know, we have the essays like agree, disagree, another both the views, problems and solutions. And the another that you are having is advantages plus disadvantages. So you need to understand where to give a personal views. Some students give their personal view in both the views, in problems and solutions, advantages and disadvantages. Guys, it is very important for you to understand where to give your personal experience, expressing your personal view, where it is required, where it is not required. Let's take an example. It is required in agree and disagree essay. In agree and disagree essay, your preference is required and you can state your preference in the introduction. Your preference is very important. And again, you are writing the body paragraph 1 and 2. Again, you need to emphasize on your preference, that with which idea you are agree or disagree. Once you are writing it summary, again you need to state your personal opinion. So I'll tell you how you can work over it. If you are writing both the views, in both the views essay, where you can express your personal view, I'll tell you where you can express your personal view in writing task both the views. If you're writing problem and solution essay, I'll tell you where to give your personal view in opinion in problem and solution essay. Does it require to write it in the introductory part? Should it be written in the body paragraph 1? Should it be written in the body paragraph 2? And should it be written in the summary? Where it should be written, I'll tell you in the complete workshop. Advantage and disadvantage. Is your personal opinion is required in advantage and disadvantage? If it is required in advantage and disadvantage, where it should be written, that I'll tell you. Reaching a conclusion. Reaching a conclusion is again an important point. So once you are reaching to a conclusion, so what are the factors, what are the points you need to keep in your mind while writing a conclusion? As you know, there are the two most important perspectives of any writing. First, its introduction. Second, its summary. Starting and ending of anything really does matter. Similarly, in IELTS writing, introduction and conclusion matters a lot. I'll tell you how do you need to form conclusion for the agree and disagree essay. How do you need to form the conclusion of both the views essay? How do you need to form the conclusion of problem and solution essay? How do you need to form the conclusion of advantage and disadvantage essay? And another type is the neutral statement. So I'll tell you how do you need to focus on the neutral statement as well. Next is checking and correcting. Checking and correcting is very important in the writing. If you are not checking and correcting your essays, you will lose marks. If you would lose marks, you would be sad, right? So checking and correcting is very necessary. So what do you need to check and correct? So developing your ideas clearly. I'll tell you how do you need to develop your ideas in a well clear way. Next is grammatical accuracy. I'll tell you how do you need to work on your grammar. Grammar is very important. I'll tell you how do you need to work on grammatical accuracy, that how can we write a perfect essay with accurate grammar style. Next is assessing your language level. Assessing your language level is again an important key factor. So you need to understand how do you need to assess your Language. Assessing language, what does it mean? Because we write the topic in different categories. As you see, we give normally 5 stars, right? We normally give 5 stars to a thing. So you need to understand how is my rating is for star 1 category, is it for star 2 category, is it for star 3 category, is it for star 4 category, is it for star 5 category. I'll tell you how do you need to assess your language level. Every candidate can assess their language level in a well proficient way. So if you can analyze your writing in a well proficient way, of course you can score 7 plus very easily in the writing. Dear, 7 plus in IELTS writing is not a rocket science. It's as easy as ABC, but few steps are required in order to complete this sort of standard. You need to work on yourself first, then you can easily get 7 plus in the writing. Checking and correcting. Checking and correcting, what does it mean? You need to check your essay before you finish with the 60 minutes. You need to correct your essay before you finish with the 60 minutes, right? Before you hand over your paper to the queue member or to the raw invigilator, you must need to check and correct it. Because once you give it, once you are end up with the 60 minutes, you would not be having opportunity to check and correct anything. Therefore, it is very necessary for you to check and correct. So, it matters a lot what to check and what to correct, right? I'll tell you how do you need to check your essay and how do you need to correct it. Sometimes we feel whatever I have written it is correct, but ultimately it remains wrong. How do you need to find how you can analyze that is it correct or wrong? Next is using correct punctuation. Guys, punctuation is very important in IELTS writing. If you are writing a essay with complete grammar standard, with complete vocabulary standard, with complete task response, still you are losing with the correct lexical resource, but it is a part of your grammar. If you are committing mistake in placing punctuation marks, do not expect good score. Punctuation marks are actually the pauses. As you take pauses while speaking, similarly, punctuations are required in the writing because punctuations works as pauses in IELTS writing. Next is there are 4 levels of 9 band score. So what are the 4 levels of 9 band score? The 4 levels of 9 band score are task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy. Guys, all these things, task achievement, it is for 9 band. Coherence and cohesion, it is for 9 band. Lexical resource, it is again for 9 band. Grammatical accuracy, it is for 9 band. I'll tell you how do you need to work that in every segment you can get 7 plus. It's very easy to maintain this level. I'll tell you how you can get 7 plus in every aspect. If you are getting 7 plus, 6.5 plus, it will give you a very good result, right? So, most importantly, at the end of my day, I'll be talking about in the final 13 day, I'll tell you the 5 basic step guide on writing essay. First of all, I'll tell you to read a lot of essays. So I'll tell you what sorts of essays should you read to score 7 plus, right? Choose a topic you can write effortlessly about, right? What type of topics should you choose on which you can write effortlessly? Once you can write effortlessly, again, of course, I need to write easy essays first. If I can write easy essays, I can write a complex one. If I would start to write complex topic first, of course, I cannot write a very balanced essay. Third step, plan the outline in detail. There are the three ways to plan your outlines. So, the plan is introduction, body and conclusion. I'll tell you how do you need to work on these three things in a well sophisticated and intelligent way. Next is there in step 4 is for research, research and research. Dear, lot of trainers, sorry to say, lot of trainers and YouTubers work that you can write, you can get 7 band by writing these 7 vocabulary words. 7 lines for 7 band score. If 7 lines can get 7 band score, of course you should write only those 7 lines to get 7 band score. Guys, no doubt the purpose of those lines is just to make you understand that you can use these lines in your writing, but first you need to understand. Let's take an example. If I am writing a sentence and I've written 250 words in that, out of 250 words, I have written 100 words with complete grammar accuracy. Its ranges, vocabulary, lexical resource is for 8 plus band score. But whatever I have written, out of those 250 words, let's take an example. You have written 100 words with a complete accuracy, and there are errors in 150 words. The examiner would understand that the student has copied these things from anywhere. So once you are writing anything which is memorized, so memorized would lower down your score. Depending on examiner, he might not be marking you good score. So you need to research, research and research a lot on your writing if you are willing to get 7 plus. For some student it can be very hard. Sir, if you are telling us to do all these things, we are having a very limited time. We are having 3 months for the preparation. I am having only 15 days for the preparation. How can I work on all these areas to get? Dear, if you are having 15 days, you need a plan for the 15 days. If you are having only 5 days, you need a good plan for the 5 days. If you are having 1 day, you need a good plan for the 1 day. You can improve your writing in 1 day, but you can improve it, but by minor improvements you can do. If your writing is for the 5 band, you can make it to 5.5, right? I won't say in 1 day you can improve your writing from 5 band score to 7 band score. It is a myth, it is a wrong guidance. In order to write 7 plus essay, it requires intensive labor. It requires labors of 1 month. Of course, in 1 month, 30 days period, you can write a essay for the 7 band score. That I'm saying you very proudly and very confidently that I'm having those techniques that can help a student. They can get their score in 30 days with 7, right? But student has to be very careful in order to work out on all these things. Final step is just keep writing and editing. It is important for you to write regularly, and you need to keep editing in that. Editing in that, let's take an example. You need to write 5 sample essay for nuclear power. Let's take an example. Then you need to understand at the day 1 I have written nuclear power, 2 essay, third, 4 and 5. Then afterwards, you need to understand what I have done in essay 1 and what I have done in essay 5. Are there any things that I improved from day 1 to the day 5, from essay 1 to the essay 5 of the same topic? Okay, you need to work on yourself a lot. So that's all about for my session for this, that we would be doing in all these 13 days. So these 13 days topic will cover up all these sorts of things. So now I would like to take up your doubts. So the doubts I had been sharing the PPT with you. So now let me read your comments now, because I was focusing on complete sharing the information with you. So let me read. Chirag, don't worry, sir, carry on. Thank you, Chirag, for your help and support. Aman, that you have been asking, please carry on with the class. Thank you so much. Hello, Chinky. So, Aman, is there? Go watch videos, otherwise, I stop watching. Oh, sorry, Mr. Zilio, for that. Radhika Hoja, hi, dear. So, is the bronze star. So thank you so much, bronze star, that if you have been learning something good with us, thank you so much. And endless horizon, Vinith Punia, nice way, thank you, dear, thanks a lot. Chirag Diman, thank you so much. Siddharth Diman, thank you. Hello, dear. Healthy life, Pakistan. So thank you, dear. Nisha Abroy, thanks a lot, all of you. If you are having any query, so please keep asking me. Please tell me if you have any doubt. Please tell me if you have anything. Want to know more? So please tell me if you want to know more about any writing. Any candidate is there who want to know? Yes, Radhika, Rosie, Rose, sorry. So thanks a lot, dear, for watching us and for giving your time. So from tomorrow, I'd be quite sure about using this technology, and I'm very sorry, dear, this is my first time I'm getting live on the YouTube. I never used these sort of equipments in my classroom or for any other purposes. So the credit of this all things goes to my friends who motivated me for doing all these things. They guided me that you should go live and you should train the students. So I'm very happy with it. But where slowly I'd keep learning all these technical things, because as you know, in India we teach in a traditional form, right? So we technology, we use technology, we use projectors, but we never delivered class in a online way. So that's why I'm saying to you, now I have started this 13 days. So this is my first day. I just would like to tell you my purpose to get live today was just to introduce you people that what I'd be teaching you in the 13 days period. Because if you would keep me watching, there might be some students, you might have doubts in your mind, sir, what we would be learning in these 13 days, right? So in 13 days, dear, what I'm saying to you, in complete 13 days period, I'd be telling you the excellent points that will help you to boost up your score. Nisha Obroy, thank you so much, dear, if you have been feeling that I'm helping you. Thanks a lot. Ankit Sharma, thank you so much, dear. Thanks a lot. And Nisha Broy, please save the video, sir. Yes, of course, dear, I'd be saving this video and I'd be sharing with it, and I'd put it on the YouTube as well, that it would help the other students to watch as well. And dear, like hopefully tomorrow exactly by 10 o'clock I'll be getting again live with the perfect things. And tomorrow I would not create any trouble for you. I try my level best to go smoothly on YouTube and to share everything with you. Sorry for the delays and the late today, guys. Till that, just keep note down your problems of writing and I'd be very happy with you. by sharing all these things. And if any student would like to get any idea or any problem if they are having, so you can even make me call on the given number. I have stated my number there, 8814000781. I'm also having WhatsApp there as well. You can do WhatsApp me. If I do not answer your call, I will try my level best to answer your every query over the phone call as well. If I would not be able to answer your query, I'd be asking my assistant to assist you over the phone call. Still, if any student would like to take any personal class, so I can give them any personal class on the Skype as well. It would be free of cost, but just for couple of days, dear, right? Because I'd be focusing on the another thing, so I won't be having a lot of time to do. Chirag, thank you so much for your support. So thanks a lot, dear, all for watching. And I just would like to say thanks to all the students who got live with me today. And I'm expecting from all of you, you would be joining me for the complete 13 days series. Guys, just trust me, these 13 days class can transform your score, right? It is a score boosting thing. If you will feel that these 13 days course would not help us, so kindly leave out this myth. I'm promising you, in 13 days I'd be teaching you those sorts of things that you might not have learned in 30 or 90 days. I'd be teaching you the very excellent things that will help you to boost up your score. Thank you so much for watching IELTS Doctor. Thanks a lot. Good luck for IELTS. Have a nice time.